everyone, Hugh and Daniel here, coming to you from Moorgate.
And today, we're going to be doing a race from Moorgate to Enfield Town.
I'm going to be taking Great Northern and walking.
And I'm going to be taking the London Overground from Liverpool Street.
Let's go.
Alright, as usual with these races, we have an agreed starting time, which is in 3, 2, 1, now! Go!
Okay, so we are now underway for the race. Now I'm just walking over across the road to Moorgate, which is right there, to get on my train, which leaves in about 5 minutes. Got to wait to cross the road, which is annoying. But when I get to Enfield Chase, I've got a little bit of a trick up my sleeve that Daniel won't see coming. I'll tell you on the train.
You know, it's been snowing here in London. Yeah, we've got some wonderful artwork here. So that's got to add an interesting dynamic to the race, given how the UK rail network is with snow, and I definitely didn't just nearly slip over there.
One thing I keep forgetting about Moorgate is how painful it is to get around, but thankfully I've just seen the escalators pointing to the National Rail, so that's good. As with any of these races, especially when I'm up against Daniel, I'm going into this quite pessimistically. I mean, when we were planning this, Daniel says I've got a shot at winning, but I hate to just be pessimistic, but I'm just not sure after the Cambridge race and what happened with the Blackfriars race. But maybe something will happen. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on the train. First train of 2026. That's not a joke. I've not been on the train this year yet.
You know, maybe this is just me. Maybe this is the kind of thing that absolutely no one else cares about. But it's never quite sat right with me that, you know, the cool part of London Liverpool Street is the part that gets the slow suburban trains, while the GAs that go out further into Essex get the boring grey NSE part that's like all really dark. I know there are perfectly good track layout reasons for this to be the case, but I don't like it. Maybe that's just me. It means I don't really get to use the actually cool looking part very often.
Okay, we just got on the train. I've actually had to walk down a bit. A, just to find a quiet part of the train, and B, just so when I get off at Enfield Chase, I'm in kind of the right place, because I've been to Enfield Chase before and the exits are nearer to the front if you're heading towards Stevenage. But before we leave Moorgate, it's time to reveal my sneaky little trick. There are buses that run between Enfield Chase and Enfield Town, and depending on the timing of when I get to Enfield Chase, I might actually get a bus to Enfield Town, and then it might even give me a better shot at winning. So let's see what happens. I count this as revenge for the first race I ever did against Daniel, the Plumstead race, which was, cranky, over 2 years ago now. But anyway, let's go to Enfield.
Here'll have to do.
We're underway. For the first 10 minutes we're in the Moorgate tubes. It always feels really weird being in these Moorgate tubes on a 717. Of course, I didn't ride this when there was 313 because I wasn't really into trains at the time. It always just feels slightly weird, and of course there's been the news recently that TfL might actually take this over, so in future this race is Overground v Overground, but it's Great Northern for the time being. Anyway, first stop, we are arriving at Old Street.
I know these trains do get pretty busy, so if there's long sections where I'm not filming very much, then that'll probably be why. But it's not too busy at the moment. There's 3 units, I think, on this one, so you know, hopefully that can.
Welcome aboard the Weaver line to.
Oh, yeah, this is the Weaver line now, isn't it?
So we're just leaving London's creepiest station, Essex Road, and there's still the Network South East signs on the wall. I find it amazing that they're still there, considering quite a lot of these ones have been retiled. But yeah, the Network South East signs are still at Essex Road, which is insane. So we're just leaving Drayton Park, and this is the point where, A, we switch power. We're now on the overhead line, although it's very cold because it's a very cold early January day. But also, this is where we hit, unfortunately, the first bottleneck. You can hear the pantographs going up now, actually, I think. Because we have to go through Finsbury Park, which is always a pain because you interact with all the other trains, and then you've got to go through Alexandra Palace, which is a pain as well because we're on the loop line, we're not on the main line, which is annoying. So, like with any other race I have to do, there's always bottlenecks to deal with. But anyway, we're now leaving Drayton Park. Arsenal Stadium, boo! So we've just arrived at Finsbury Park, and a lot of people have just got on the train, so it's sadly not going to be easy to film for a bit, but it looks like we're going to be leaving on time. We're on time. We're due out at 1:30. It's 1:30 now. The doors are closing. Fingers crossed. We should be leaving on time. Maybe not. I always hate doing this because you just wait for ages and the train never actually goddamn leaves. Someone must have got stuck in the doors because they just had to be opened again. We're leaving now, thank God, but it's 1:31, which is a tad annoying. Hopefully that's the worst. Famous last words, I know.
The next stop is London Fields.
There is the Alexandra Palace. So we're coming into the second and final bottleneck of this Great Northern journey, which is Alexandra Palace Station, which is where we leave the East Coast Main Line and we join the Loop Line. Although I think, because we're signalled into a separate platform for the Loop Line, I think it's a little bit easier than it normally is, so that should be okay.
So we are leaving Hackney Downs now. I'm a bit nervous because I get in about 10 minutes after Hugh. So naturally, that means that he will have the advantage because he's just going on foot. So that could be difficult for me because there's no way that I could make this train go faster. So we'll see though.
We will shortly be arriving at Bowes Park.
Junction successfully negotiated. We've made it to Bowes Park, and basically it's now just a straight race for the win.
Good news is, because this train is 8 carriages and is obviously formed of 2 units, this train isn't awfully busy, especially since I'm all the way up at the front. So everyone who'd gone on from London usually gets on at the back. So helpful for me in that regard, I suppose.
Only a couple of stops to go and I'm still on time, which is really good. Coming up to Palmer's Green. I forget the order of stops on this line, even though I have been up it before because I've been to every station in London. Yeah, there's confidence, but I just, even with my little trick that I have of trying out the bus, I just still think there's something in there that causes me to lose this race. I have that in me. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I won't know until I get to Enfield Town, which is still a few stops away, but anyway, see you there.
This is a Weaver Line train to Enfield Town.
I find it quite interesting how this train gets more busy the further you get away from London. It's not like a regular commuter train where people get on at London and they steadily trickle off. Like, no, people are getting on and on. Is Enfield that interesting? We're pulling into White Hart Lane now, so I invite you to sing along with me, audience. What do we think of Tottenham? Thank you.
This is a Weaver Line train to Enfield Town.
Okay, made it to Enfield Chase. Let's go. Gotta run. There goes my train. I've gotta go under the bridge to try and get a bus. And if I fail that, I've got to leg it. So Oh, red light right on time. Red light right on time. I need a green man. Need a green man. Yes. Okay. Right.
All right, we're about to get to Edmonton Green. This is where Enfield branches off from Cheshunt.
The next stop is Edmonton Green.
Yep, there we go. Hopefully I can get to Hugh soon. I think he'll have gotten off his train by now though, so I'm a bit nervous. Probably not looking great, but you know, hopefully it takes forever to walk there or something.
I've made it to the bus stop. I've got to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a bus. I might actually just have to leg it to get there, which, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a bus. So, sneaky plan isn't going to happen. I'm just going to have to leg it, which means rather awkwardly crossing the road, but race is on. The bus drive past. I could have got one, but still moving, still going.
This is a Weaver Line train to Enfield Town. The next stop is Enfield Town.
Almost there. Let's hope Hugh isn't waiting for me on the platform. I have a nasty feeling he is, but you know, he's hoping.
I'm sorry if I look really tired, YouTube, but I'm nearly there. I don't want to lose this one now. I've had to leg it. There it is. I've got to be a bit annoying. God, these cars. This could cost me. This really could cost me.
Let's go. Let's go. Go see if he's at the ticket office.
Alright, I'm gonna let this Maserati go. And then move. I probably stood in the way of traffic there. But here we are. Enfield Town.
I don't see him. I don't see him. I'm gonna go out.
Oh my god!
No way.
So I'm completely knackered, but we've ended up with a tie. We've deemed this a tie because we literally
And outside the station, exactly the same time.
at the same time.
Like you saw that. You saw that.
Yeah. And I legged it. I don't think the bus would have made me so much late.
You gonna get a bus?
I was gonna get a bus, yeah. Cheeky
Oh my days! Can't believe you.
I didn't tell Daniel before we started filming that I was planning to take a bus. So
I
that
cannot believe you.
Well, there you go, YouTube.
Ugh.
That is a tie.
Yeah. So we're finishing the race here at Enfield Town.
That was a tie.
Yeah, that was
Incredible.
crazy. That was crazy.
Because if I had done the cheeky tactic of getting on the bus, I probably would have won by a few minutes. But I legged it. I mean, I did walk some of it because I'm tired, but
Yeah.
I legged it and we managed to make it like, as close as getting to the entrance, which is ridiculous. Anyway,
yeah, that is the second tie in history of races on the channel, which is pretty amazing.
pretty insane. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to the supporters. Their names will be at the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is a Weaver Line train to Liverpool Street.